What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We are here about to check out Whitechapel, a Bloodsoaked Sympathy. This came by Patreon request. Let's go ahead, shut up, and turn it up. Had a amount of detail in that shot. I like that.
My conscience froze when I felt the golden brains of the hand that crafted me. I set my soul ablaze. I crawled to the nether and left the suicide ladder next to my own severed.
Okay, so all right. So first off, I'm so glad that y'all included CC with your stuff. Okay, I have been reacting to metal, not necessarily anything super heavy, and if I do react to something super heavy, I never have context. You know what I mean? Because I can't understand on the first go what you're saying. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that you have CC here. Now we can kind of get a full picture. Interesting that it's called a Bloodsoaked Sympathy, right? Generally, when we listen to sympathies, instrumentation, right? Orchestration, is there to tell a story, but it's very, very melodic. So kind of makes sense that it kind of started at the beginning with a lot of these melodies before it went straight into the heavy stuff, which kind of emphasized almost like the blood soaked, right? Because anything involving blood is probably going to be something either surgical or something like really, really heavy. It looks like this guy's hanging upside down, or they got like the blood effect or something that's just reversing, like they're going back in time to tell how he's ended up this way, or he's about to bury somebody that's hung upside down, or some Dracula stuff. But okay, let's keep it going.
My conscience froze when I felt the golden brains of the hand that crafted me. I set my soul up.
Your parents?
I crawled to the nether and left the suicide ladder next to my own severed head. We think I should be dead, but that's the beauty of selling yourself to sin. But again, we are men, craving winter's end, wishing to live within our origin again. The torture written.
But again, we are men craving winter's end, craving death, wishing to live within our origin again. It's almost, if I'm supposed to interpret that, I'm craving it. It's almost like, men that are boys that grew up to men that are afraid to leave the house and go out there into the world, right? Wishing to live within our origin again. I like to think living with your parents again, if you will. Sympathy, okay? Sympathy. Look like he's about to perform a resurrection ritual.
I can feel the devil's presence, he never left this house. Now I can live my third fantasy, flow straight to me, drain every last drop from his arteries. A sacrifice of blood wakes the eye. He looks to turn this iron into gold. I place my hand upon the ancient tide. I surrendered my life. I bring the gift of resurrection. to me.
Oh, okay. This might be a little bit too much for my heart, but now that I think about it, I think I got a warning from my Patreon, and he was telling me that there were some things and stuff that was mentioned in here, and not to take it super too seriously. So I'm glad that he gave me that warning. But what else am I to make of what's going on here? I'm sitting here trying to think about the undertone, which I do know that certain artists go through, you know, as a creative way of explaining things. You know what I mean? And the best thing I could think of is just that overwhelming feeling of when you lose somebody, the amount of lengths that you are willing to go if you can't deal with those stages of depression. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's a far stretch. I'm not going to take what I'm looking at literally, right? I've learned throughout my 3 years here on YouTube to not do that, because then I end up looking like a fool and whatnot. But these visuals are insane.
Come back to me.
And it seems like here in the end that it's possible that it was all in his head, right? Because the blood and stuff is gone. So it's like wishful thinking, if you will, right? So combine that with how it began when he's saying that he didn't want necessarily the origin. That it's possible that he lived his entire life, you know, under protection of his parents and didn't necessarily know how to function out in the outside world. So when they both perished, the amount of losses affected him so much that it's driven him to do anything to bring them back, right? But in reality, what we just saw didn't necessarily happen. He's just down there trying to make it happen, as to give us an idea of the depravity. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But this was a little bit too heavy for me. It's not likely that I would return to look at another Whitechapel song, but it was an interesting experience. I will give you that. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.